Welcome to this Toffee TV video for United People's TV. We are rating the Manchester United team. We're going to go from the team that played Arsenal. De Gea in goal. I'm giving him a 9.5 personally. Do you concur?
Totally concur. No arguments.
One of the best goalkeepers in the world.
If not the.
Wins games on his own. Certainly did that to us last season at Old Trafford.
Oviedo save.
Oh, unbelievable. Still hurts.
Still hurts.
Here and here. Yeah, 9.5 because he's pretty awesome.
Can we do halves? Really?
Yeah, I think we can.
Okay.
Yeah. Or we 9.5 if that you know.
Yeah.
Let's go for that. Darmian
Against Arsenal 4, but in general, he's been I'd say he's been a 7 out of 10.
He's been solid, pretty good so far. Scored for Italy at the weekend.
Still early doors with him, but he's looked good so far.
It is early doors. Centre backs. Which one should we go for first?
Smalling,
Christopher Smalling, a player that came out of non-league. Thanks in no part to Roy Hodgson, has worked his way to near the top with Manchester United, and he's looked alright this season. He's got a lot better. I think he's looked a lot better. He's fast, reads the game quite well. Still prone to the odd mistake. Scores goals as well, which is good for a centre back. Not many centre backs like that knocking about anymore. 7.5. That am I being generous?
I'm not a lover of him, but he's been very good this season. 7.5.
Okay, 7.5 it is.
We'll leave it there.
Daley Blind, who is not necessarily a centre-back, let's be honest, but has been...
Plays everywhere, doesn't he?
He does. And maybe that will add points to his tally.
Is he a jack of all trades, master of none? Because when you think of him, you don't... Well, I don't anyway. Don't necessarily think of him in a position. He can play left back, play centre half. He can play centre midfield. He can play left side of midfield. So, 7 out of 10.
7. Ashley Young, left back.
I suppose it's quite hard to do from the Arsenal game because it looked to me, I've said this before, it looked to me like Van Gaal.
Alright, let's
play Master League football.
Let's say Luke Shaw then. Luke Shaw, he won't be playing this weekend, but let's give him a rating.
If he was
just because
I think he started the season really well. So if he would have carried on in that vein without that horrific challenge in the Champions League, 7.5 to 8.
Ooh, I'd say 8. But Leighton Baines is an 8.2, so unlucky on that score. Michael Carrick, centre midfield, Liberio, class player who never really seems to get the credit he deserves, especially at international level, but has carved out a fabulous career at Manchester United, won nearly everything there is, possibly everything there is, but is probably just gone over the hill now because of all the, he's started to pick up a lot of injuries. Where would you have him? Rating?
He would still get a 7.5 for me. Carrick, his passing ability, fantastic. Reads the game really, really well. He's a little bit of a frustrating player because I remember him at Spurs and he was majestic for Tottenham in that role just in front of the back four. And he has done that for United many times, but he's had injuries.
I think those injuries have took a little bit out of him. Yeah.
Still brilliant at reading the game and moving the football around. And I think United aren't always the same when he doesn't play.
Schweinsteiger. I love saying that name. Schweinsteiger. I love saying that name.
You rate him?
Schweinsteiger. A player that I rated highly at Bayern Munich. Another player I think who's lost a little bit of something with his injuries. Dare I say that's probably why he doesn't play for Bayern Munich anymore and now plays for Manchester United. It's not a massive step down, but I think Bayern Munich play a lot more intense style of play. That's seen him sit on the bench a lot last season. I've not been massively impressed with him so far. The fact that he brought in Schneiderlin at the same time as well made it very confusing on the names. No, but I think the fact that he's brought two players in very similar to each other, but one is better than the other, but he sort of, I don't know, don't always play at the same time, or when they both play it seems to affect the team. But I would give him, for his start, 6 out of 10. I think he can do a lot better, but whether he can do better, whether the injuries or what they've done to him will let him do that.
He's been fantastic.
Oh, he's a brilliant footballer.
He's had an amazing career. And I think he will get better for United. I think that it's a tough league, the Premier League. I know people say the Bundesliga is the same and all that, but it's not. It's a little bit just marginally slower than the Premier League. And he's coming into a team. He's got to settle down. He's still a fantastic player, but yeah, I think he has made a great start.
Juan Mata.
8.5.
8.5. I like Juan Mata. I think he's a top class player. I think he was shortchanged by Jose Mourinho. Came to Manchester United. Moyes brought him in, and then obviously, I don't know, he brought him in, never really seemed to have a clear plan for him, just wanted a big name player he could bring in via a helicopter. Brings him in, didn't have a clear role for him, probably should have really played in Wayne Rooney's position if you were going to buy that kind of player. He's been moved around under Van Gaal as well, but what he has done, which I think adds another point to him, is the fact that he's forced his way into the team, that hasn't given up, has made the most of the situation.
Let's give him 9.
Let's give him 9. I like Juan Mata. I think he's a boss player.
He's fantastic.
I think he's probably plays more of an 8 because he doesn't play in his own position, but he's probably more of a 9. I like him. I think he's a top class player. Wayne Rooney.
Still a 9 for me. Still. I know Manchester United, some fans are, want him gone or are frustrated with him because he's not doing what he can, what he's capable of. He's had a great career at United. And for me, still a world-class footballer. He's not had a great start of the season. He's probably getting a generous 9 just because his form hasn't been what it is. But I'm giving him a 9 for his ability because for me, he's still an absolutely fantastic player. Yeah,
I think he showed that when he scored the hat-trick away. I think he is a class player. I'd say more of a 8.5. I think if Alex Ferguson was in charge of this team, he wouldn't be in the team at the moment. He'd be taken out and then reintroduced, and you'd see it all flooding back.
Spark, yeah.
But I'll go with 8. You say 9. Memphis Depay.
Another tough one. Loads of potential. Has looked very good in the Champions League.
Scored some good goals.
A little bit slower. Has looked very, very good. Hasn't really found his form, I don't think, yet in the Premier League. I think he will do, because I think he's young enough, he's dynamic enough. He's lightning, and once the physicality, he gets used to that. I think he'll produce better and better for United. I also think, in other places, that United don't seem to have that set formation for me. They don't have a formation now. Under the Ferguson years, and when he were marvellous, they had that 4-4-2 most times, and everyone knew the position. They were brilliant. They were just like an orchestra, weren't they? You knew what you were getting from them. They were amazing every week. They were fantastic to watch. I think under Van Gaal, their identity's a little bit wishy-washy. So
I think he also suffers from the fact that he's lost the regular left back, so he's probably got players changing behind him all the time. I'll give him a 7.5 for a start.
Yeah, I think for the start, I think he's definitely got the potential to move right up.
He's a good player.
7.5 is fair for this season so far.
And finally, Martial, who has had a fantastic start, brilliant start to his Manchester United career, hit the ground running straight away. He's got pace, he's got power, he's got great movement, which is a big thing for me. And he's cool.
Ice cool.
Ice running through his veins in front of goal.
Yeah, I mean, if we're just talking starts, you would have to say his start will be a 9.5, wouldn't it? I think, he looks to be a 9 out of 10, if not higher, to be fair, so far. But it is, of course, very, very early days in his United career. But like you've said, he's come in, does remind you a bit of Thierry Henry, doesn't he? Then runs and gets in front of goal, and you're confident that he's going to score. If he keeps that up, they've got themselves some player.
Well, they certainly paid enough for that player, but definitely I will give him a 9 for his start.
For the start's been fantastic.
Definitely been absolutely brilliant. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Tell us what your ratings are for the Manchester United players. Do you agree or disagree with us? Do you think we've been too harsh on some players, or have we been over the top for some players? Tell us what you think. Follow us on Twitter at Toffee TV 1 if you like our kind of thing, and also subscribe to our channel as well. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again.
Hello, hey. Pay attention to the manager.